Okay. Yeah, Space Wolves, baby. Are we on? No way. We just thought we'd show you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was a good result today for the Wolves. Yeah. I brought my kilt. My biflap is on.
Oh my god! I can't. I'm crying.
Yeah. So the Ultramar got ransacked by a bunch of Vikings today. We stole their women. We ate their kids. I'm picking my teeth with their mans right now. Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. What do you... So, you start.
Oh, no, you have to. I can't breathe.
So, we stopped the stream around, what, the end of turn 3?
Yeah.
So, your end of turn 3?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it my end of turn 3?
I think it was yours.
Okay. Well, we played it out, just gamed it in our heads. The end result was 98-77 for the Space Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I had his priority target. Priority target, what was it called? The thingy? His objective.
Yeah, my priority
the one that
objective.
he declared his objective. Primary objective. I had that locked down with Thunderwolf Cavalry, Blade Guard veterans, and a Judiciaire, or Judicar. Judicaire, yeah. So that was, I pretty much was locking down that, getting 5 points a turn, holding my own with my intercessors, with Starker Bolt rifles on my side of the deployment.
You held that all day.
All day, that's what they're for. Basically what, Raphael, you were saying, it was like Primaris versus Old Marines.
Seriously.
Yeah. It was funny.
Except you brought Bjorn.
Yeah, Bjorn. I brought Bjorn, and he's a legit guy. What I'll definitely say, props to Vanguard Tactics for giving me that little scoop on that librarian discipline.
Well, the 5-up...
the 5-up invul.
Psychic Fortress.
Psychic Fortress.
I was talking to John off camera. It used to be a 4-up Feel No Pain in the Psychic phase in 8th edition.
That's right.
Now, it's a 5-up invuln save to any Space Marine unit.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
so you put that on the Redemptor, and then you're taking -1 damage with 13 wounds on a toughness 7 body that can give you reroll wound rolls of 1 or hit rolls of 1. That's insane!
Because, yeah, Bjorn's giving the core units, Redemptors, awesome, their core, reroll hit rolls of 1. He doesn't give himself that, but he gives other units that. It's very good for supporting fire. Space Wolves are a very good assault melee army. Not very high up on the ranks for shooting, but you got to use what you can. That's why you bring Bjorn. The Redemptors, Wisdom of the Ancients, 1 point stratagem.
Yep.
It allows them to either reroll failed hit roll, the aura failed hit rolls of 1 or wound rolls of 1. You pick the wound rolls of 1. So now you're rerolling failed hit rolls of 1. Not Bjorn, but everything within 6. And wound rolls of 1. Plus they have a 5-up influence save. And now if the Ruin Priest, who's buffing all these characters, if he, what do you call it, mortals himself, Perils of the Warp, let's say ideally for 1 wound, his deed on his Warlord trait automatically goes off, giving everything within 9 inches because he has 2 Warlord traits. Saga of Majesty and Saga
of the Bear?
Of the Bear. So, what that Saga of the Bear gives him, you cannot reroll failed wounds rolls or failed damage rolls on my Warlord. Also, he automatically has an inbuilt 6-up Feel No Pain. Once he completes his deed, takes damage, that 6-up Feel No Pain is now a 9-inch aura because of my previous Warlord trait.
I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, I'm just saying,
nerfed
down the road, nerfed it where he can't damage himself to get that to go off.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of shenanigans going on like that sometimes, and
I would say
I wouldn't be surprised. They've taken a lot away from the Wolves. The Wolfen are toast.
Yep.
They made Thunderwolf Cav good, which is great
Mm-hmm.
because we already are struggling real bad for mobility in our army. It's probably
Yeah.
maybe one of the worst, besides Imperial Fists. They
I would
took the real hit.
I would say, for the summary of our game, I would say once you caught me in that corner, which was the right thing to do. Like when I was stuck behind that Land Raider Redeemer.
Oh yeah, you stuck yourself in good.
Oh, I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
I thought that I could shoot through the hole
Mm-hmm.
of that building.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would have pushed my dudes. I would have pushed my Land Raider further up.
Yeah.
But it
True.
is
That
what
was-
it is.
Yeah, so whatever. This was definitely a game for us to get some games in the new 9th edition because it just somehow changed a month
Again.
ago. Like completely changed.
I'm so
I
used
just-
to 8th edition.
Yeah, I learned all the rules from the previous Psychic Awakening for Space Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfen were killing it, thrashing away.
Mm-hmm.
Not much strategy required.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now that's gone. There's a new codex. I'm having a hard time learning all these stratagems and new things going on. But what do you think about the new 9th edition?
I would say you have to make a list that's able to capitalize on points right away. And that's the reason why I built my list the way it looks.
Mhm.
I have all the transports to transport my dudes around, I have the bikes to fly around and get the objectives. Because just like you saw, like turn 1, John is up 15 points to Raphael's 8. Like that's insane.
Turn 2.
Yeah, you're up 15 points. You had at least like 20 points or something like that. No, sorry, you had like
I had 3 points.
you had 5, 10, 15 for the primary, 3 for Warriors
Turn
Pride,
2.
10 for 5 from Scramblers, and 3 and 3 from priority targets.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And both our armies were paying
So that's
us.
29 points to my 8 points.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And that's all from me getting... One, I failed to charge with the Vanguard veterans. That really hindered me because I could... I feel very confident that the Vanguard veterans could have wiped that
They
infantry.
should have gone in. He rolled a 4. He rolled a 2 and a 2.
It was a 3 first.
A 3 and a 1.
Yep, it was a 2 and a 1.
2 and a 1 for a 3. Used his command point reroll. Got a 2 and a 2. He needed a 5. We really had to check this. We ended up just really getting in there with a tape measure. He
Yep.
missed that by an inch. Or
It's
almost.
insane.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that you can do the Hammer of Wrath or something like that stratagem, where if your Vanguard veterans go in on 5-ups, they do mortal wounds against the infantry. The Vanguard veterans all have double chain swords, so they're having 5 attacks each person,
Mhm.
-1 damage. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 attacks, 26 attacks for the sergeant. The
Yes.
sergeant has a power sword, which
Against
is
10
even
wounds.
better.
Mm-hmm.
Against 10 wounds, I'm going to win that battle. Hands down.
Yeah.
That's plus that stratagem. But because of that, I wasn't able to deny him the center of the board right off the bat, score some points, force him. So those veterans literally just sat there and did nothing the whole game for me. I netted nothing from them. And then following that, the Land Raider took 12 wounds, and then it literally shot back at you and did some damage.
Kill the Thunderwolf.
But it could have done way more damage. It didn't. I didn't get my points, so I'm already down. It's 450 points or something like that already down on the game.
Yeah.
Starting off. Next, the following turn, I'm stuck in the corner because you charge, and even with my Overwatch, you still make it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to tie up my Land Raider, which I'm stuck with because I didn't want that because I wanted to disembark my Centurions and move them further up the board.
Yeah.
Make that Land Raider more of a
Oh, yeah.
roadblock for
And
you
I
to
didn't
move my
want-
dudes out.
I didn't want his Centurions getting out to the center of the board. The last thing I wanted in this game was him to put additional pressure on the center of the board.
Yep.
Because eventually my army's going to break. But that's why I've got the 2 Redemptors, Bjorn, Ruin Priest, Assault Squad on the objective in that building. and Cursor Squad in there. I was trying to make that center really hard for him to take over. Let's say he didn't have 2 Land Raiders. Let's say he just had a whole bunch more, like let's say aggressors or just some nasty, shooty, killy units. He probably could have taken that center from me.
Oh, without a doubt.
The Land Raiders aren't very mobile.
When we were, you mean the Centurions were not that very mobile, and that's the key. That was the key to my success during the late game, which brought me up to 78 points, because the Centurions, they took out 2 Redemptors, and they took out Bjorn, all by themselves.
3 guys.
Without re-rolling anything.
Yeah.
They were just... And then
your orbital bombardment made that possible.
Yeah.
By killing my Rune Priest off and that 5-up invuln, like, really hurt.
Orbital bombardment is amazing.
And that 6-up feel no pain. I didn't get that either. Once you got the Rune Priest, that's why you re-rolled for that.
Yep, I had to knock him out. And I think that people need to realize that not only is orbital bombardment amazing now, because you're always gonna hit everything within 3 inches that's not a character, because it says between 2 and 5 you do mortal wounds. So if you're not a character and you're within 3 inches of that center point, you're automatically taking D3 mortal wounds.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a character and you're within 3 inches, then I have to roll a 1. No, even if I roll a 1
would be -1.
It would be
top of.
Yeah, it would.
It's -1 for hitting characters.
Yep, so it still would fail.
But a 2 through 5 is D3 wounds, huh?
Right. And
that's insane. But the reason why it does so much damage is because you're basically telling your opponent, this is where the bomb's going to come. If you want to stay there and hold the center, go for it. But you're going to take some wounds.
Yep.
And I said, screw it. But I really shouldn't have left my Rune Priest there.
No, I think the only misplay that you did was leaving your Rune Priest there.
Yeah.
But I would say that you did
That was smooth.
You did you did a great job with the allowing your veterans to come out of your transport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you moved it up the board, and then on the 3rd turn, you finally brought out your Primaris veterans and had them come out and charge and take my primary objective. Finally, when my Terminators couldn't hold it, I had felt confident the Terminators could have held it against your Thunderwolf if I would have hit you first.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was hoping for, because I was so far back on purpose. I kept moving them backwards because you were going to come up eventually, but you rolled hot. Because I think it was an 8-inch charge or something.
8-inch charge, yeah.
Which is
plus my advance was only 3 inches, but that was still 13 inches.
You gained a lot of ground with them, and the odds should have been in my favor where you would have failed that charge a little bit, and then I could have moved up, shot you, charged you, got you, and damaged you. This is ideal.
You could have, yeah. Now, I gotta just say one thing about the Space Wolf Codex, just real quick. The stratagems they got rid of, that's okay. They hurt a little bit. I'm not salty about it. But Space Wolves are CP hungry, and now we are only limited to getting 1 CP back per turn for the most part. But what we used to have, I forget what it's called, maybe Cunning of the Wolf or whatever, when we would slay a warlord or a character once per turn, we'd get a CP back, and it was a free CP stratagem to use. That is crucial, because you got to work your butt off to get that warlord kill or that character kill. But that's a way of replenishing a CP army that needs those CPs. So
we all need CPs.
Like, I guess now I can't waste my warlord trait as a Space Wolf player for Space Marine basic thing that gives me on a 5-up I get a command point back.
Something dumb.
No, man. So I think that should come back. That's just me though. Maybe
I agree with you.
Everyone
I
hates
totally
Space
agree.
Wolves anyways. So, okay. I fuck you guys, Space Wolves. You damn puppies. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think you did a really good job on. Let's see, what else did you do really good on? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the target priority with the Redemptors. It got really confusing, but after we kind of talked about it a little more, like finding out that you have to always put the plasma into the tanks. Once you kill the tanks, then you put it into the bikers. Always. Not even questions.
But the plasma took out those bikes though real good.
Yeah.
But you had enough Melta left to just get the job done anyways. But that's what I knew was going to happen if I didn't kill as much Melta as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You had Melta for days. 18 Melta weapons. 18 shots of Melta you could pump into you. That's 6 bikers. Or was it 8?
6 bikers plus the captain. That's 7 bikers.
With a combat Melta.
Yep. And then I have my Centurions with 2 Meltas each.
2, 4, 6. 2 multi-Meltas.
From the Land Raiders.
Anything else?
Or Bombardment.
Orbital Bombardment. Melta from hell.
Yep.
The worst. It's the Zeus cannon. Just came down and wow.
I really, really
That
strongly...
was such a good dude. No wonder, obviously, he's going to advocate this ability because it just worked so well. He gave me a turn heads up. He's like, this is coming down next turn. I was like, that was coming down right now. He came down, I was just like, nah, I got to shoot bikers. And he wrecked me, man. The Redeemers, or what, the Repulsor, Redemptor Dreadnoughts might have still been alive.
Yeah, he would have. He actually would have.
They would have been able to use their fists. I was really excited to use
Yeah,
those.
that reminds me, another reason why the
3
Redemptors
plus
are
3 damage fists.
are good. Yeah, their
Yeah.
fists got better, and their heavy onslaught cannon got more shots.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why I specifically did not bring a Leviathan is because now it's a 5-up invuln with 2 less shots per hand. It's I'm not. And they hit on
36
3s.
inch range, though.
And they hit on 3s.
Oh, yeah, that's what the Leviathan was too juicy.
Yeah.
They didn't nerf them like they did Wolfen. I want this on here. I wrote a letter to Games Workshop about
Yes.
the Wolfen nerf. See, when you nerf a unit, you shouldn't nerf them into extinction.
Yep.
You should, especially not a cool army unit like them. They might look goofy, whatever. I thought Thunderwolf Cav looked goofy. Now I think they're awesome. But
because they win games.
I think there's still a way to work with these Wolfen. You just gotta really hug that cover like you always, like your life depends on it. And instead of rushing them out like you don't give 2 shits about anything around you, you keep them in that line of sight blocking terrain in the center of the board, and you use them as a counter-attacking threat. Or like, hey, you don't want to come here because my Wolfen are here. And they're going to come and get you with a 6-inch heroic intervention. That's how you use Wolfen now.
Yeah.
You get them out with Frost Claws. Make them like 120 points for a 5-man squad. Then they don't need an armor save.
Yeah.
It's a protection unit.
Yeah.
That's how you use Wolfen now. So they're still viable. I'm going to try and figure out a way to use some Wolfen.
Well, my phone's about to die. Any last pointers?
Yeah, so at the end, you kind of explained what happened. You took out the Redemptors. I took out your... So I basically, at the very end... So 2 turns, I had his target priority objective. He got mine at the end of his turn 5. And you scored target priority, the secondary objective. In this mission, priority objective...
It's insanely good.
You scored at the end of your turn.
It's insanely good.
You have to pick it as a secondary.
Have to.
Wolf, for Space Wolves, you take Warrior Born. 3...
Hands down.
3 victory points each turn. 2 units of Space Wolves make it into engagement range with an opponent. And just whenever 2 units, basically make a charge. You get 3 victory points.
Well, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we going to edit a little bit of this? Our first real... We've tried making battle reports before. Then usually we're just like, fuck it. Let's go get some beers. And then we come back, we're like, we can't do this right now. But this is our best shot so far, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, I really hope you... thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more battle reports. The quality's only going to get better and better.
Brother, you smell like a dog. Brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, why don't I jump on you so you can get a real good whiff? Huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care, guys.